everybody, it's T and welcome back to my channel. Now if you're not already and you'd like to be, I would love for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I upload next. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and like to see more just like it. Now, if you don't know, I'm doing haunted paranormal story videos, haunted cemetery and haunted places all the way up until October 31st when I do my big Halloween vlogoween on my vlog channel. So if you're not following me on my vlog channel, the link is in the description below. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so if a lot of you are not familiar with me, I am a psychic medium, which means I have seen ghosts and spirits my entire life. So I could probably do a paranormal story time every day for like the rest of my life. Seriously. So I could keep you guys in stories if you really like them. The thing about me though is I will only do true stories. So you will not get a fake story over here on T's channel. So a lot of you know from my other videos that I am adopted. But I didn't get adopted till I was like 11 years old. 10 going on 11 years old, okay? So I didn't have any toys up until then because I was in like 19 foster homes and we didn't really get anything. Me and my brother didn't have any toys when we got adopted from like anywhere else. So I don't have like any haunted doll stories from then on. And then after I got adopted, I was like really big into like stuffed animals. And I do have a story this week coming about stuffed animals from when I was young. So keep watch for that because it's going to be crazy, but true. So moving on with the haunted doll story. I really wasn't into dolls as like a child. I was more into like I said, stuffed animals. So I really didn't have any dolls. I had like a Raggedy Ann, but she was not possessed like Annabelle. So that's like not a story that I could even talk about because my Raggedy Ann doll was like not possessed. But when I got older and had my first child, which is my daughter Jasmine. A lot of you know Jasmine from my other vlogs. She's my oldest. She'll be 23 November 4th. Yes, I know. I don't look that old. Or maybe I do. Anyway, so when she was born, my mother, my adopted mother, had given Jasmine a doll from when she was a little girl. Now, let's talk about this, okay? Because if she was my mother and it was her doll from when she was a child, why did she give it to me? Think about that for a minute, because I sure did for a long time. Why didn't you give me any of your stuff? But the minute I have a daughter, you give everything to her. Stuff I've never even seen before. So I'm like, what's going on with that? Okay, moving on. So she gave my daughter a doll that was hers when she was little. Now, she had like this porcelain-like face, and she had like a cloth body, but she had like porcelain arms and stuff. Okay, so she gave her this doll, and the doll was very fragile, and Jasmine was probably 1 year old when she gave it to her. So I would put the doll on like Jasmine's bookcase, because she had this bookcase in her room, and I would like set the doll up. She had like this little stand you could put her on, and so I would put her on that, and I would just like leave her sit there like all the time, you know, out of Jasmine's reach so she didn't break her, because like I said, she was fragile. So when I very first had Jasmine, I was a neat freak. I've had OCD like my whole life, so everything had to be perfect. So I actually knew where everything in my house was at any given time. You OCDs out there know what I'm talking about. So I would leave and like come back from like work or the store or school or something like that, and something would have moved that doll. For a long time I was thinking, is somebody coming in the house? Because mind you, even though I could see spirits, I never saw a spirit like messing with the doll or even going near the doll, and I never sensed there was like any spirit in the doll. Of course, now mind you, I never really went like near all her toys, like, because again, she was like 1. She really didn't play with a lot of her toys at that time. At that time, we was like going in the living room, and I was like putting out a blanket with toys and things like that. So I didn't go in her room a whole lot, except like maybe to put her to bed or something. But I would notice that that doll was always moved. Now, this doll's head doesn't move, but its eyes move. And sometimes its eyes will be closed and sometimes it will be open. But I never paid attention to that because I'm thinking, oh, doll, if it moves, you know, its eyes probably close or open. And I never really even thought about it, okay? Well, this one time I had came home from work. And Jasmine was probably 2 at this time. Because this had been going on for like a whole year. And again, I never really paid much attention to it. I was very, very, very busy. I was going to law school. I was working like 2 jobs. I was busy like all the time. So it wasn't until Jasmine was about 2 years old that I had actually came home, and it was late. And I had came home and I went in her room to straighten up. I'd wait till she goes to sleep and then I'd like pick up all her stuff and everything. And the doll was gone. Nobody came over and nobody had been in the house. Like, I had friends, but they really didn't come over. And if they did come over, they wouldn't go in my daughter's room, you know. So there was no reason for this doll to be gone. So I'm thinking, okay, did my mom come over? Did my mom put it in the closet or something? Because my mom would watch her sometimes. So I'm like, where is this doll? And I didn't want to turn on the light because I had like just laid her down to sleep. So I was like, well, okay, I'll look in the morning. So in the morning I come in, the doll's still gone. I know you guys are probably like, oh my God, the doll's back. No, the doll was still gone, but it was like, where was it? So I like looked in the closet. I'm looking everywhere I think my mom would have like put it to like, so it didn't get broke. And it's under the crib. Now I know my mom is not going to put this doll under the crib. And I know Jasmine couldn't reach it. So I'm thinking, did the doll fall? And then Jasmine like put it under there or something. I mean, I didn't know. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what happened. So I'm just going to put the doll back on the bookshelf, back on its stand, and continue what I'm doing. Next day, we woke up. I got ready to go to law school, get ready to take Jasmine over to my friend's house, and, you know, did my whole day of school and working 2 jobs, went back to get Jasmine, went home, and the doll's gone. Oh my God, the doll is gone. So I'm like, what is going on with this doll? So I'm thinking, is it falling off the stand and rolling under the crib? Which is impossible because we had carpet and I know it ain't, unless our house is like slanted, I know it ain't rolling under the crib, right? Okay, so I'm like so freaked out about this doll at this point that I'm like, I know it's under the crib. What's happening? So I look under the crib and it's not there. It's not under the crib. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that debunks that. It's not falling and rolling under the crib. Y'all guess where that doll was? Can anybody guess where that doll was? That doll was under my bed. Shit you not. So at this point, I'm thinking that somebody is coming in my house and playing a practical joke on me. Because my friend had a key to my house. Jasmine's daddy had a key to my house. And so I'm thinking, okay, they're messing with me, you know. Well, actually me and Jasmine's daddy Gerald lived together at the time, so I'm thinking he did it, you know. But he would work like more than me, you know. He would work like from morning to night because he was working 2 jobs like 16 hours a day, so he wasn't even home unless he came home. But I thought that's what he was doing. Either him or my friend were messing with me with this doll. So I thought, I'm going to hide the doll. So when they come to look for the doll to hide, I know this sounds crazy, like they're really messing with me with a doll, but what was I thinking? You know, I didn't care at this point. I knew that somebody was doing it. So I hid the doll. I hid it downstairs in the laundry room behind the washer. I hid this doll because nobody was going to find it and mess with me. And they were going to come and look for the doll and realize I'm on to him. So I get home that night. And of course, the doll's not anywhere. I don't see it because I hid it, right? And so I tell Gerald, I'm like, so, what'd you do today? Did you find anything? Was you looking for anything? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So I called my friend and I said, so, did you have trouble finding anything today? And of course, at this point, she thinks I'm nuts. She's like, what are you talking about? I've been at work all day, just same as you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm laughing because I know one of them has realized that I'm on to him. They can't move the doll no more. I've hid it. It's funny. So I go downstairs to get the doll because I'm going to show Gerald that I hid the doll. Because at this point, I'm thinking it's him because who else would it be at this point, right? So I go to get the doll and I was going to take it upstairs and say, see, I hid the doll. I knew about the doll. You guys aren't slick. You know, the doll's not there. So, of course, I go upstairs mad, stomping my feet. Where did you put the doll? I know you found the doll. You must have been looking for it, realized I hid it, and now you've hid it from me. Where's the doll? So he's like, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like, okay, so I'm mad at this point because I want to know where that doll is because I hid it and that was my mom's, and I don't know. The whole thing just had me angry because I was going to give my mom the doll back at the, at this point. So he's like, I don't have the doll. I don't even know what you're talking about. What doll? So I'm like, I'm thinking he's lying. So I get mad and we get into an argument and I'm like, whatever. So the next day, I'm off, so I have Jasmine home all day and I'm like, I'm going to find this doll. I know he hid it from me. So it's like a game now. He's hiding it from me now. My own, my own doll. Which I'm sure he cared nothing about, thinks I'm crazy at this point. And so I look everywhere for this doll. I search the entire house for the doll. So I'm like, okay, I'm over the whole doll thing. So I go in there to clean Jasmine's room. The doll's under the crib. So I am pissed at this point. I am pissed. I call him at work and I'm like, how dare you put that doll back under the crib to mess with me? Well, at this point, he's just mad. He's just mad because he's so tired of hearing about this doll that he did not move, did not have anything to do with, and now he's just mad. He don't want to hear about it no more. But me, I'm convinced that he did it to mess with me, right? A doll. Right? So I'm like, okay, so I am just mad now. So I put that doll on that shelf. And I'm home all day. I'm off all day, So I'm like, I think it was the weekend, and I didn't work weekends or go to school. So I thought, okay, I think by this time it's like Sunday, like the next day. I'm like, okay, I'm off all day. I'm home. I'm going to keep an eye on this doll. I'm the only one in the house except for Jasmine. So I keep going upstairs like a lunatic, looking at this doll, seeing if it's still there, like I'm crazy or something. And I'm like, okay. And so I finally, after about 15 times of checking on the doll, I didn't have a camera at that time to like put on the doll to watch it, or a cell phone or anything like that. Mind you, this was 23 years ago. So I'm like, okay, I'm tired. It's getting late. He's getting ready to come home. It's probably 10 o'clock at night. Gerald comes home and he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you don't want to hear about it, so I'm not going to tell you. He's like, okay, whatever. So he goes in the kitchen. I'm still mad at him at this point because he won't admit he messed with me. He won't admit it, so I'm still mad, copping an attitude. So upstairs, I grab Jasmine. Now, mind you, he has not been upstairs yet. I know he's been in the kitchen, he's been in the living room, but he has not went up those stairs. So we all go upstairs together, and I get ready to put Jasmine in bed. And our bedroom is like here, and Jasmine's is like right next to ours, but you got to pass Jasmine's to get to ours. So I like just stand there frozen, just frozen. And he's like, what's going on? Like, he thinks there's like somebody in the room, or so he gets in like protection mode. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, the doll's gone. He's like, I don't want to hear about this stupid doll. So he like leaves me frozen holding Jasmine. He just like walks in the bedroom and shuts the door, and I'm sitting there going, I had checked that stupid doll all day like a dummy, and it's gone. So I was like, I hate this doll. I'm over this doll. I'm not even going to look for this stupid doll. I'm just going to put Jasmine down and go to bed. And before y'all say, oh my God, you're putting your child in a room with a with a crazy doll. At this point, I thought they were messing with me. Somebody was messing with me. I didn't know where the doll had gone. I knew that he hadn't been upstairs. At this point, I'm just mad and going to bed. I too am over the whole doll. I'm a little perplexed about where it is, but in my mind, I'm making excuses. It fell off the shelf and rolled under the crib again. So I'm totally making excuses at this point. So I go to sleep, and I'm like, I hate that doll. I wish he would have never gave her that doll. I'm so over that doll. So I get up in the morning. And of course, I got to go to school. I got to, it's Monday morning. I got to do all this stuff. So I go to give Jasmine her bath so I get her ready to go to the babysitter's. And guess what's in the bathtub? The doll. But it's just not in the bathtub. It's about an inch of water. it's in an inch of water floating. I don't know what's happening. So I called Gerald and he's like, if you're going to ask me about that doll, I'm going to hang up. So I was like, never mind. So I'm just perplexed all day about what is going on with this doll. I don't know what to do. So I called my mom from work and I'm like, you gave Jasmine that doll. What's up with the doll? And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, it was my doll from when I was little. And I'm like, the doll keeps disappearing. And she's like, oh, Gerald's messing with me. I said, no, we've gotten in fights over it. He's not messing with me over this doll. I promise you. So she's like, I don't know. Do you want me to take the doll back? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to bring you the doll back. You can give it to Jasmine when like she's 12 or like when she's older, when she can take care of it. So I make arrangements to give the doll back to my mom like that weekend. So until then, I was just like going to take the doll, put it in like a bag or something, put it in the closet and just out of sight, out of mind, done with the whole doll. So, and mind you again, you know, I've never seen a spirit around it or in it or anything. And I'd never had a haunted doll. Now, I am going to do a whole stuffed animal video, but they weren't haunted stuffed animals. That's a whole nother type of spirit energy. But this was crazy because I didn't know what was going on with this doll. So I said, okay, good. So it's nighttime. I'm getting ready to go home. I grab Jasmine from the babysitters. I get to the house. I march upstairs to get the doll. And the doll, now we have carpet. Now mind you, I said we had carpet. This doll is not only on Jasmine's floor, but its whole face is broken. Broken up into a bunch of pieces. My mom's antique doll from when she was a little girl is now broken. Its whole face is broken on carpet. So I start freaking out and thinking, oh my God, did the doll know I was going to get rid of it and so it committed doll suicide? I mean, I don't know. At this point, I'm just losing my grip, right? And you wouldn't think that of me because I'm a psychic and I've seen spirits and ghosts and that my whole life. But again, I've never seen a doll, like never. So I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So did Gerald get mad about the doll, come home and break the doll? So I wasn't going to ask him because I knew he would just get really mad and not want to hear it. So I'm like, what do? I can't give my mom the doll back now because my mom will lose her shit, right? My mom will lose it if she knows that I broke the doll. So I'm not going to give her the doll back now. So I called her and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep the doll. Jasmine really likes it. I'm just going to put it up and give it to her when it's older. And my mom's like, okay, no problem, no big deal. And this whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, the doll is broke. What do I do? Now, I've had that doll all these years because I never got it repaired. I was too scared to get it repaired and give it to Jasmine when she's older. And then I didn't want Jasmine giving it to her like her daughter when like she was older. So I just kept the doll and never said anything else. And my mother still doesn't know the doll's broke. My mom still knows nothing about anything. Gerald knows the doll is in my memory box. Jasmine, I finally told her about this doll that Grandma gave her that was broke, but I never told her the whole story because I didn't want her to freak out on me. Well, of course, she's probably going to know it now if she watches this, but I kept that doll. So what I did is I brought the memory box in, and I'm going to open it and let you see the doll. I'm scared. I haven't opened this since I put the doll in here, so we're going to do it together, y'all. So hold on. I'm going to get the doll. No, you guys are like, oh my God, she probably couldn't find the doll. It's probably gone. But no, I found the doll. So it's in this bag, okay? See this? And it's in a Walmart bag because I actually had Gerald get it out and put it in something else for me because I didn't want to unwrap it myself. So let me get the doll. So here is the doll. See that? Here's the doll. It's like the antique doll. And by now, I guess, you know, this is freaking me out. So, there's another leg. And mind you, I don't know how the legs and crap came off. It's the first time I'm seeing it, but when I put it in here, the legs wasn't broke off. So, here's the face. And here's the rest of the head. Here's the face. Freaky, right? Let me see if I can find more. There's another piece of the head. Here are the eyeballs. Oh my God, I found the eyeballs. Freaking me out. You're freaking me out, people. So yeah. Let me just put that up. Let me just put this up. But yeah, so like, here's its head. And here's this little arm. See the little arms? See, I told you, it's like an antique. She'll kill me if she's watching this video. Sorry, Mom. So we're just going to put that back in the bucket. And I'm going to have Gerald come up here and redo all this bucket and wrap it back up. And, you know, I thought when Jasmine's older, I'll get that fixed. I'll get that doll fixed. I'll pay the money to get it fixed because I have all the pieces. Well, most of the pieces, I think. But I'm going to pay the money to get that fixed. And I'm going to give it to her. You know. But every time I think about doing it, I stop myself and go, oh my God, I'm not going to do that. Because Jasmine has a daughter now. And I'm scared. I'm literally scared about that doll. I know that's crazy, right? I see ghosts coming all the time from like the funeral home across the street, from like the parks, from like the libraries. But that doll freaks me out. So yeah, that's my story of the haunted doll. True story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget that I'm doing a huge Vlogoween special on my vlog channel. So again, if you haven't subscribed to my vlog channel, please go to the description below, grab the link, head on over, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you can be notified of when my Vlogoween special is live. And thank you guys again for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. So I'll see you on the next scary video. Bye!